Finally, on today's Town Hall, Memorial Day now just a few weeks away, and in a typical year is of course a big weekend for travel. That didn't happen in 2020 though, with far fewer trips due to the pandemic.
So with more people vaccinated and infection rates dropping in many parts of the country, will more people be hitting the road for the holiday weekend? It is a question for the travel experts at AAA, and they try to predict this every year. Joining us live is Elizabeth Carey, the Director of Public Relations and Corporate Communications with AAA, to get to the bottom of it. Thanks for being with us, Elizabeth. Good to see you.
Oh, sure. Thanks for having me. It's really exciting to announce a travel rebound rather than all the restrictions from a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with what is in that forecast from AAA. Obviously, it's going to be an improvement over a year ago, but how much of a rebound, and what should our viewers know about how people are going to be traveling in a couple of weeks?
Well, we're talking about quite an improvement, up 60% compared to 2020 numbers. Of course, 2020, a lot of people didn't go to many places, but this year AAA expects 37 million people to travel for Memorial Day weekend. So a huge jump from 2020. Not quite back to the 2019 levels, though. We'll be down about 13% compared to 2019.
And perhaps more than any other year, this year's travel forecast, it's kind of dependent on how things go the next few weeks before we hit Memorial Day. With things changing the way that they are more Americans waiting to book their trips? Are they waiting until the last minute since the pandemic began?
Well, it really depends on what the destination is. So for road trips, people can be flexible with those. And we learned that last summer when, I'm going to go on a road trip, but you know what? If I change my mind, if I don't feel comfortable or I feel sick, my car can stay right in the driveway. Flexible hotel cancellation policies would be the key. So a lot of people at Memorial Day going camping. It kind of kicks off the summer camping season. We're seeing a ton of requests for triptychs, road trips, RVs, that sort of thing. But as far as planning ahead, we have people booking big bucket list destinations even into 2023 at this time. So for the big destinations like European river cruises and things like that, people are booking in advance saying, this is something I definitely want to do. And then more for the near term, people are saying, you know what, I'm going to go on this road trip. So we know that's going to be popular again this summer.
Yeah, which of course makes us think about gas prices, right? We've been covering the breaking news over the past hour about the Colonial Pipeline that was shut down. We can tell you now that they have resumed operations, so that's good. But of course, it takes some time to get everything back to normal. Gas prices are over $3 a gallon now, right? How much of a factor is that in all of this?
Yeah, the national average and the New York State average, both up over $3 a gallon. Buffalo average at about $2.94 right now, but we're probably going to get closer to $3, in the coming weeks, if not days. So that definitely impacts how consumers act. So when you pull up to the pump, you see $3. AAA research shows that's usually the tipping point for consumer behavior. They start saying, wait a minute, $3 a gallon? I'm either going to drive less, combine errands into one trip. I might even get a more fuel efficient vehicle. And what we saw with the pipeline and, people really just panic buying down south. We tried to advise them from AAA, not to panic buy, not to fill up containers of gasoline to fill in your car or stockpile in your garage because it's not safe. But it's just like the toilet paper. People get anxious about this sort of thing and they have this fear of running out of gas. So hopefully this will all be resolved now that it's up and running and all the problems will soon go away, because AAA's phones have been ringing off the wall with travelers saying, should I even be taking my road trip down south? I don't want to get stranded without gas. So that shouldn't be a worry too much longer.
And quickly, Elizabeth, we haven't talked with you much about international travel because it really just hasn't been much of a thing. But with American tourists fully vaccinated, now able to actually go places this summer, including Europe, you kind of touched on this before, but is there a bigger demand now for Western New Yorkers looking to book those trips overseas again?
Yeah, right now it's a lot of domestic in the U.S., Caribbean, Mexico, but people looking for later in summer and the fall for Europe. We have a lot of people booking places like Italy, Ireland. Those are very, very popular destinations. So we expect that to continue, especially if those countries open up.
Elizabeth Carey with AAA giving us the forecast for the Memorial Day weekend and beyond. Thanks so much. Always great to see you.
Thank you.
And that is going to do it for today's Town Hall, but stay close. Way more news on the way.
Yeah, next at 6 o'clock, we're going to be kicking off our special series, Recycling Revealed, that Two on Your Side original and all the day's news.